This is how I made $3,000 today trading NQ. I'm going to run you guys through exactly why I took this trade, what was my bias going into the day, what was my confluences that I had for this. So enough talking, let's jump in and talk about the actual trade, why I took it. So first thing, I want to replay kind of going into the morning, what I was looking for, what my bias was. So starting on the bigger time frame, looking at yesterday and sort of just the order flow that we've been having on the 1 hour time frame is yesterday we ended up selling all the way off. In the classic expansion, or the profile that we've had so far for the week has been classic expansion, meaning Tuesday came up, took Monday high and started to displace to the downside. This means I want to see this become the high of the week and see an expansion lower Thursday through Friday. And looking at the 1 hour, we had sell side liquidity resting below us, and I wanted to see a continuation towards the downside. So in London session, we ended up rebalancing higher, and we ended up taking this internal high to the left of us from which was the previous rebalance into this 15-minute fair value gap. So we moved lower, came back up, took the high, and we ended up putting in an SMT here. So we're currently now in everything that I'm looking for my model is a bigger time frame imbalance getting rejected, right? Some sort of manipulation. So the SMT is put in, meaning I want to see that high become protected. And my drawn liquidity is lower, right? Bigger time frame, we have sell side resting below, we've displaced to the downside, order flow is bearish. So going into the morning, I really wanted to see if this 5-minute fair value gap was going to hold bearish, or if this 15-minute fair value gap was going to hold bearish. And I wanted to see a continuation towards all of the generated sell side liquidity that we have had created in the morning. So now that we're in this rejection area, I need to see a change in the state of delivery to the downside. I need to see a change in order flow from this move higher. So zooming into the 15-minute fair value gap, the first thing I want to see is boom, this 5-minute fair value gap gets ran through to the downside. And the next thing I want to see is a change in the state of delivery. And the change in the state of delivery is the last series of up-closed candles. So these last two candles, we end up closing, and I'm waiting for a close below this candle wick low. So I'm watching, I'm waiting, we end up waiting, and boom, we end up closing below. So at this point in time, I'm looking for a move back up to enter in short. I end up entering in short right here at the change in the state, and I put my stop at the recent high, which was this 20,404 level. So the basic reasoning for this is drawn liquidity on the bigger time frame is lower, right? Because the best trades we want to take is when we can align the internal model with the external model. And this is the internal model in which we're looking for just by itself. We're expecting to see sell side of the curve here. So we've had everything that I want to see. Manipulation at the highs, SMT, rejection of a bigger time frame imbalance, and we're moving against the drawn liquidity, right? For the market to move higher, we must move lower, and for the market to move lower, we must move higher. So we've moved higher in this move, we've rebalanced to the inefficiency, and now I've seen everything I've wanted to see. 5-minute fair value gap has been ran through. That's an entry alone if you're taking it as an inverse, and we've also had the change in the state of delivery, so I've seen now everything I want to see. Now, I got a question on this. I took this entry before market opens. Market opened, let me mark out 9:30. Market opens at 9:30 right here on this red line. I took this trade beforehand. You might be saying, Justin, isn't that not good? Why can't you, why are you taking an entry before market open? And I want you guys to understand this. The market will move consistently towards the already existing drawn liquidity. So when market opens, all it's doing is inflicting volatility into the marketplace to already do what we expect the market to do, which is distribute liquidity throughout the marketplace. So I'm totally fine holding this into the open because I expect the market to do what it's already going to do, which based off of the price action is sell off. We have an SMT. We've rejected the bigger time frame imbalance. Order flow is bearish. Our drawn liquidity is lower, right? So what I'm expecting the open to do is just push us there faster. So I take advantage of that. So my first price target, which I'm looking for, is I'm not looking for a big move. I'm looking for what I'm confident with. And the first confident is this recent low, and then I'm looking for the continuation to the downside. So I'm waiting. Market opens right here. We initially pull back right before open into this 1-minute fair value gap. We hold bearish, and of course, boom, right at open, we see that influx of volatility pushing towards the already existing draw. First PT hit, second PT hit, and literally from open, literally within the first 3 minutes, we get Around 100-point move to the downside, exactly what I was looking for, just selling off. And this is the best type of trade. The best type of trade is when you have the confidence, you have the conviction, and the market just gives you it in a second, where it just pushes straight to your PT. And that's how you know you are aligning time and price. The market moves algorithmically. The reason why market opens and we dump is because we're in an area and the market literally shows us that we plan on dumping. Everything in this chart shows us we want to go lower. There's sell side resting below. We're rejecting a bigger time frame imbalance. We have an SMT. And in London session, we moved against the opposing liquidity pool, which means we want to see manipulation in this area to see a continuation. Not only that, but what are the 4 reasons why markets move? We hunt liquidity, we rebalance to inefficiencies, we rebalance to equilibrium, and we generate liquidity. What are we doing on this move higher? In London session, we're moving back to equilibrium of this previous range, right? The entire move from Wednesday into London session, and then London session opens and we continue to move back higher. What are we doing? We're rebalancing not only to the inefficiency, not only are we rebalancing the equilibrium, but we're also generating all of this sell side liquidity, right? All of this low, this low, this low, this internal low. We're generating all of this sell side liquidity to set up for a New York continuation to the downside. And if I'm expecting a New York continuation to the downside, I'm looking for manipulation either pre-market or at open. But since we've had manipulation before the open, I'm expecting the open to just be the volatility index, which is just going to push us to the already existing drawn liquidity. So came into the market, had great patience. I took 3 contracts. Let me show you guys the executions, and let me show you guys now the trade recording of actually taking this trade live with the team. I think this looks really good. 15-minute fair value gap holding bearish, SMT at the highs. This 5-minute fair value gap got ran through to the downside. We've had a change in the state of delivery. NQ just came up, took this internal high, should rebalance, and then start to sell back off here into this range. I want to see us go back to this low, but this is, I'm expecting to see it sell side of the curve and get back down in this range. But look at ES starting to sell. Here we go. One minute till market open. Already starting to see a move here. We did just put an SMT here, but again, I'm trusting the bigger time frame SMT. I want to see NQ start to catch up to the downside here. There we go. Market open. See if we can catch a continuation. I think I'm going to go ahead and put my stop at break even. I want to see just a fast move lower here. There we go, first PT taken. If ES takes new low, I'll let this kind of do its thing, but wow, okay, I'm done. That is really, really nice. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful trade. I told you we were looking like we want to dump on ES too. We're going to follow through that daily. Jeez Louise. Why would I wait for the 4-hour fair value gap when price action showed me we were going lower? That's the difference. Look at this. Everything needed to go lower got lower. Why do we need to go higher? Why do we need to because price shows you. Price will show you when we're ready to dump, not what the fair value gap is to the left of you. We're in a 50-minute fair value gap. SMT got put in place. There's no reason for price to go higher now. 5-minute change in the state of delivery. This 5-minute inverse fair value gap gets ran through. This is our protection. Every time we come into this inverse, we will reject. We reject, we reject. We soup this internal high, tap it, and then we sell. We don't need to go rebalance to this. Number one, we were already in a 4-hour fair value up here. But look at the actual price action. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, keeping it nice and sweet and simple on this trade. I am on a 5-day green streak, I believe. It has been very, very good. We've been absolutely killing it in the community. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you want to watch me live trade every single morning, I'll leave the link in the description for our private mentorship. But enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.